This is a mock interview conducted by ForumIAS Academy at New Delhi. The interview panel includes eminent professors, retired bureaucrats, and other luminaries. The objective of the program is to acquaint the candidate with the format and expectations of the personality test conducted by UPSC.
Sir, may I come in?
Please.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
Please introduce yourself.
Sir, my name is Ayush Shrotriya. Sir, I have done my high schooling from Vidyasthali Public School, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Then, sir, I did my bachelor's from Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, in Mathematics and Scientific Computing. Then, sir, I worked for a short period in the role of application engineer with Oracle India. Sir, afterwards, I have been preparing for civil services, and this is my first interview.
This is your first attempt.
Yes, sir.
One thing I'll tell you, before I go into your career and other things, Rajasthan, beautiful place, and their tourism slogan was Padharo Maharadesh.
Yes.
Initially. Welcome to my land. Then subsequently they plagiarized from Indian concept. Indian tourism slogan is Incredible India. Now they have made it the incredible state of India. It's one kind of taking from Indian tourism. Suppose you are the secretary tourism there in government of Rajasthan. What slogan you will think befitting your state?
Sir, I would go with the Padharo Mahare Desh because it is rooted in the cultural aspect. The Maan singing that is there, the Kesariya Mare Balamji Ao Padharo Maro Desh. So it relates with that aspect, and it shows the beauty, and it shows that we are proud of our heritage. So, sir, I would go with that only.
Had that been why India went for Incredible India? Mera Bharat Mahan, they could have told.
Sir, it is the sir. It cannot go with an individual state preference because it is a union of states. So it overall promotes the entire concept of India. So we are proud of India, and then it's Mera Bharat Mahan.
A slogan like this: explore the heritage, redeem yourself by coming to Rajasthan. Will it not attract the foreign crowd? Because if you use some language which is not acquainted, they are not acquainted with the foreign, because foreign tourists come a lot. What is your take on this? I mean, suppose it is kept, explore the heritage, redeem yourself.
Sir, the thing with the translation is we can always do that with the like Padharo Maro Desh, and we can do it in English also. So that would help the foreigners. Like we had Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. So it resonated with the entire India and those who are familiar with the language. But we had Sanskrit is not an official language, but it also resonated with the world because it was one earth, one family, one future. So in that aspect, we can go ahead with this slogan that sir you are suggesting. But sir, if we can have its cultural connotations, then it would sound much better.
If you think Padharo Mera Desh, Maharadesh is all right, then why did Rajasthan government change it to the thing like the Incredible State of India? They have changed it. This is the latest slogan, what I am telling you.
Sir.
It shouldn't have actually, if that would have been so. Achha, now tell me, I am a new person. I don't know Jaipur. I land up with Jaipur. You are there. I come to you. Which are the places you will show me?
Sir, I would take you to the Albert Hall Museum, the Jantar Mantar, that is a UNESCO heritage site. Then, sir, I would show you the walled city of Jaipur, and which also shows why it is called Pink City. So, and sir, then there are some conservation reserves that are near Jaipur as well. So I would take you there. Then, sir, I would also take you to the fort, the Amer Fort and the Jaigarh Fort that is there. So these are the places that I would.
You will not take me to Hawa Mahal, you will not take me to the palace.
Definitely, sir. I would take you to the Hawa Mahal. It slipped through my mind.
My point is,
Sir.
this Amber Palace, Jantar Mantar, Jaipur, and other things. Don't you think it's little hyped in Jaipur? My point is, I have gone to Jaipur. You call it pink city, but it is exactly not pink city. It is a brick color. I mean, maybe out of rain and air, it has become like that. It's no longer pink. Second, the Jantar Mantar, Amber Place, even other forts are Fatehpur Sikri and others, majestic, even Lal Killa. But Amber Palace, you hype so much. It is this thing, but I found, please, I am not derogating anything, but I think, don't you think that it's little hyped?
Sir, in my opinion, it is not hyped, it is worth it. Sir, the architectural legacy, the historical legacy linked with the culture. So that is that gives immense pride to the citizens, to the residents of the state, and they in turn show it with the proud. Sir, talking about the forts, all 6 forts are in UNESCO heritage, and we have forts like Kumbhalgarh Fort. It is having the second longest wall after China. So there are some aspects to the forts, and sir, architectural legacy is not only the one aspect. Like Hawa Mahal is there. So Hawa Mahal, due to its curvature shape, it has no foundation, and without foundation, it is the tallest building. And sir, it also reflects how they harnessed the power of whatever scientific understanding that was prevailing in those period. For example, Hawa Mahal, there are perforations through which air flows, and it remains cool in the summer as well. So there are several aspects to it, and if we explore, then it is well worth it, sir, the hype.
They took me to a place called Jal Mahal. But I found there is nothing, one pond type of thing are there. Even water taps are not functioning. Shouldn't they maintain it? If you tell that is one of the these is a tourist spots, they should maintain it properly. Anyway, next is. Now I will jump. Acha, city palace, who constructed it?
Sir, I am not sure.
It is 𝐂𝐲𝐻𝐿. Sawai Madhop Singh, 𝐂𝐲𝐻𝐿. Acha, now I am coming a little jumping into another area, that is on international relations.
Sir.
Now they tell that India is a peace-loving country. This very question was asked to me in UPSC. India is a peace-loving country, but it has fight with all its neighbors, almost. How do you justify?
Sir, the fight was brought to us, not by us, I would say, sir. India is a peace-loving country because, sir, we have demonstrated throughout our historical period. For example, sir, after the war, we returned approximately 93,000 soldiers with honor and dignity. Then, sir, we have principle of non-first nuclear strike that is there, sir. So we are peace-loving country, but sir, there are conflicts. For example, sir, Galwan clash that happened. So there were regions, for example, hot springs and the area surrounding it. Those were not the conflicting regions, but sir, the incursions by the Chinese PLA that happened. So they also now are contesting those areas which were not earlier contested. So then, sir, in that case, we have the right to right for self-defense. So that has been accessed.
I'll tell you, it is called beating around the bush. You have touched the points, but you have missed the major concern points. Morganthau is the main the writer and the expert on international relations. As per Morganthau, it is the national interest. I cannot sacrifice my national interest for my friendship. I cannot sacrifice my national interest with Pakistan because Pakistan is coming and attacking us. Like in a human relationship, it is the interest, self-interest. You would not like to have friendship with somebody where that person is inimical to you. Similarly, international relationship, it is the national interest which rules the roost. India cannot afford to go for a friendship with a country against national interest. But it is having good relationship with Bhutan.
Yes, sir.
Nepal was there, but some problem was there. But therefore, we are a peace-loving nation. But that doesn't mean we sacrifice our national interest.
Definitely, sir.
Please.
You have this background of mathematics and computing, scientific computing, and you are working also, right? So right
Sir,
now you are working
No, sir. I left the job after 3 months. Short
only
period.
3 months.
Yes.
So you were doing as an application engineer.
Yes.
So what you were doing exactly?
Sir, because I work for a short period, so my team, my manager gave me a task to build a log analyzer tool. So Oracle provides several services, software as a service and other features. So if a customer encounters any problem, so the bug if he encounters any bug or something like that, then the code generates a log file. So we can categorize the log file into according to the errors that are being generated, then we can solve that problem readily. So I had to build that log analyzer tool.
Okay, fine. So Oracle is famous, most famous for its databases.
Yes, sir.
Right, database business basically. So data is very, very important these days. Data is new oil, what they say. What are the data protection guidelines that are presently operational in India?
Sir, there is the IT Act that is there, in which there are provisions if there is cyber security breach and something like that, then there would be certain compensation that has to be paid. Then, sir, afterwards, we have recently enacted the Digital Data Protection Act in 2023, I believe, sir. And in that, it re-emphasizes the principle that the data principal has the right to know that how his or her data is being processed, and he has ownership on his data. And sir, along with it emphasizes the responsibility of the data fiduciaries, especially the significant ones, to ensure that integrity of data is maintained. Then, sir, the data analysis is also being happening, but it promotes that the personal sensitive data.
What is the most important provisions of the bill? What is the most important when coming to data? What is the most important for a country?
Sir, it emphasizes the right to privacy of individuals.
Okay.
Then, sir, another aspect is because these are big 5 tech companies that are handling the major data.
See, the most important is the data localization. So what is data localization?
Sir, data localization implies that data is being stored of the nation in nation itself or in some friendly countries that are in agreement with it.
Okay. So what data has to be stored? All the data has to be stored within Indian boundaries?
Sir, according to the Act, the central government will emphasize that the favorable countries in which data can be stored, but
Now I'm asking you about the data. All the data.
Sir.
All the data of the citizens. Basically, we are talking about the citizen data. So all the data of the citizens has to be stored within the India's geographical boundaries or what?
Sir, I'm not aware about the specific.
Okay, while coming to data, there is some sensitive personal data, what we call. Even in the bill also talks about sensitive personal data and non-sensitive personal data. Personal data has been classified into 2. One is sensitive personal data and second is non-sensitive personal data. What is the differentiation between the two?
Sir, sensitive personal data implies the data through which the identity of an individual can be established.
Okay, example?
Sir, for example, PAN card details or Aadhaar card details that are there.
Okay. What about the non-sensitive personal data?
Sir, non-sensitive personal data can be related to the usual aspect that customer logs in while surfing on the website or responding to certain surveys or responding.
Example?
Sir, for example, on YouTube there are certain times advertisements which ask for our opinion. So the data collected through those surveys are non-sensitive personal data.
Okay. Then what is critical data? Critical data is mentioned in which act?
Sorry, sir, I'm aware about the critical information infrastructure,
Yes.
but
What is critical information infrastructure?
sir, it is that infrastructure, the debilitating of which can hugely impact our national security or public health. For example, sir, banking, the financial sector, the power.
National security and public health, that's it.
Sir, national
What
security.
about economy?
Definitely, sir, economy is as well. So banking, for example, will hugely impact our economy, or for example, the military data, it can impact our defense sector. So that is there.
See, these days there is also the threat of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is everywhere. And these days generative AI is more popular term. So what is the difference between the normal AI and generative AI?
Sir, generative AI is a version of artificial intelligence. It refers to the models or algorithms that helps us generate new content. For example, some audio, video, or digital content that is there.
Example?
Sir,
Most popular example?
Sir, ChatGPT.
ChatGPT. Okay. Then what about the normal AI?
Sir, normal AI, for example, sir, these models work on large language model and are part of deep learning. But sir, artificial intelligence is also machine learning, which is a broader set, the superset of deep learning. So normal artificial intelligence is also there.
So do you think AI is threat, like all the scholars are predicting, that it is a threat to the humanity and it will completely dominate the humanity? That's what everybody is. It's a monster basically, scholars are saying. What do you think about this?
Sir, in my opinion, I would go along with the statement that we overestimate technology in short run and we underestimate it in long run. So as far as a short-term aspect is considered, then I would say the AI is not threatening us. Rather, I would say it is changing the economic and the geopolitical landscape. So we need to adapt with it. Sir, in terms of long-term aspect, it is a very far-fetched notion, I would say, that the point of
Okay, let us talk about what are the threats that is posed by AI. You just tell me the threats, then we can say that these threats may be insignificant after quite some time.
Sir, one is the replacement of jobs related to economy. Then, sir, the decision-making of AI. For example, we say that when humans make mistake, not many die, but if machines make mistake, we saw in Israel, the defense system, the Israel defense system did not click and it resulted to deaths. So artificial intelligence decision making, because biasness in data can be another challenge to tackle. Then, sir, other than it, sir, these are the challenges that are coming to my mind.
There are so many threats. And how India is going to tackle these threats? Is there any roadmap?
Sir, as far as regulation is considered, we have not introduced any legislation, but we are part of the global shaping of the regulations. We had the Delhi Declaration recently on the Global Summit on AI that was there. So we are ensuring that the AI development is transparent and it is accountable to the stakeholders that are there, and we are trying to facilitate the innovation that is there without over-regulating the sector.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Ayush.
Hello, sir.
Ayush, you are quite young, 2001 born.
Sir.
And you moved out of corporate sector to try your hand at administration.
Sir.
What advantages the young generation can bring to the administration?
Sir, the primary aspect is related to technology. It is the young generation is very flexible towards adapting the technology and deploying it. So that is one aspect. Then, sir, the young generation is also witnessing the new emerging challenges that are there in the landscape that is happening around them. So a new perspective to the civil services. For example, sir, the suicides that are happening, for example, in Rajasthan, in Kota, suicides are happening. So the aspects related to it. Then, sir, for example, sir, I have been to that college and I see IIT rank has declined if we compare it to the past. So what can be done to ensure that the education remains a top notch? So different perspective with respect to it, sir.
Okay, give me your perspective regarding you are from mathematics background, right? IIT Kanpur, you have done your BSc. How mathematics can be utilized in administration?
Sir, from the broader aspect, I would say, sir, mathematical attitude imparts objectivity to the decision making. So that is helpful in making decisions with respect to administrative duties that are there. Then, sir, specifically, we have mathematical models that can be deployed to...
Be specific.
Sir, for example, there are aspirational district program that is there. So we can target which district is suffering from, what are the parameters on which it is lagging.
We are already doing that.
Sir, with the data that we have collected, sir, the targeted policy making, evidence-based policy making can be fine-tuned by using the mathematical knowledge.
Give me the perspective of an expert who has done his BSc in mathematics and who has his optional.
Sir, I would say, sir, government has a resource deficit. So resource allocation can be done through optimization by using mathematical knowledge like linear programming methods. So that is one aspect.
What is your take on the happenings surrounding electoral bonds? What is your decision on it?
Sir, my opinion is aligned with the Honorable Court judgment that it infringes upon the right to know of the voters under Article 19. And it is fair that the transparent funding of political parties happen because free and fair elections are part of our basic structure of constitution.
So, and the data is also out?
Yes, sir.
Have you had the time to look at the data or the analysis the people have done?
Sir, I have read some analysis of the data.
So what is that analysis? What is your take on it?
Sir, one thing that has been highlighted through the analysis is that there are companies which had incorporated 1 or 2 earlier and have donated crores of rupees, and even their revenues are not that high. So this indicates that there is a presence of shell companies that is there. So the aspect of electoral bonds that it would curb black money has not been effective. So that is one analysis that I have gone through, sir.
All right. What is your take? You're from Rajasthan. What is your take on freebies?
Sir, freebies, I would say, sir, there are 2 kinds of freebies. One is developmental and another is non-developmental. Sir, as far as developmental freebies are concerned, then it helps in empowering the citizens.
Give me 3 non-developmental freebies according to you.
So one is the distribution of household items like TVs that happen.
All right. My last question to you, you are from Kanpur. You have done your graduation from Kanpur, right?
Sir.
So it is an industrial capital of Uttar Pradesh. What pollutants it puts into the river Ganga?
Sir, the pollutants come from the tanneries, but sir, specific what is coming out,
All right. Okay.
I'm not aware.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So you've mentioned NCC cadet in sports. You were an NCC cadet. So can you tell me, Ayush, what is the role NCC plays in the life of a young person, in developing a young person in the country?
Ma'am, it helps in developing the overall personality, I would say. It imparts discipline, the comradeship and the feeling of patriotism. So in that aspect, it develops the personality.
Okay. And are you familiar with what are paramilitary forces?
Yes, ma'am. There are 7 paramilitary forces, CAPFs. So one is the CRPF, which deals with Naxalism. Then ma'am, BSF along the Red Cliff Line division, the East.
Which paramilitary force would we find deployed in Rajasthan?
Ma'am, BSF.
BSF, not CISF?
CISF, ma'am, protects the key
infrastructure.
Key infrastructure, yes.
So CISF won't be there?
Yes, ma'am, it will be there. I believe in metro projects or metro infrastructure or some kind of security to the industrial infrastructure.
Or thermal power plants?
Yes, ma'am, thermal power.
Quota?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, can you tell me that you mentioned that the rank of IIT has declined in one of your answers?
Yes.
IIT Kanpur. What are the reasons?
And the primary reason that started is the lack of infrastructure that was there. For example, ma'am, the placement companies, when they come, so they look for direct connectivity, and there is an airport in Kanpur, but it is not that functional. So they try to hire them from the nearby areas and the big metropolitan cities. So that is there. It is catching up, but like metro has been inaugurated in 2021 December. Then, ma'am, another aspect is the coming of our other IITs and the virtuous cycle that has been created because top rankers are joining instead of IIT Kanpur like IIT Bombay or IIT Madras.
That was always there. What's new in this?
Ma'am, actually, they used to join IIT Kanpur because IIT Kanpur was the first to start the CS.
So it is a, as you said, it's a virtuous cycle. So there is a reason why the ranks dropped. Rank of IIT dropped, due to which toppers are not coming. So my question was, what was the reason?
Ma'am, one is the infrastructure, that is for definite. Then, ma'am, second is, I would say, ma'am, research.
Why is research low? Overall in IITs, the research is low. Whereas they were set up as engines of research for the country. Why?
Ma'am, there are two aspects to it. The IITs have been the research centers. For example, ma'am, we talk about CRISPR-Cas9 technology. Then, ma'am, there is a startup ImmunoAct in IIT Bombay, which has developed the NextCar19, which has also got the approval of Drug Controller General of India. Ma'am, overall, there is a lack of funding and the support that is required, the consistent support. So that is one aspect to it. Then, ma'am, another is the rankings of the IITs. So it influences the perception. For example, ma'am, it requires citations index that needs to be compared or perception among students. So that is one aspect I can think of.
Okay. Now, there has been a push towards electric vehicles in the country.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And it's a policy push with FAME also.
Yes.
Faster adoption of electric vehicles. So can you tell me what are the challenges in adoption of more electric vehicles in the country vis-a-vis China?
Ma'am, vis-a-vis China, I would say, ma'am, one is the cost issue, which for a middle class family, it might be difficult to purchase an electric vehicle. Then, ma'am, the charging infrastructure that needs to be set up. That is another challenge. Then, ma'am, security with the electric vehicle. We saw the Ola case where the two-wheelers were catching fire. So that is another challenge. Then, ma'am, the resources that are required. For example, if I talk about lithium-ion battery, then it requires graphite and it requires the lithium as a raw material. So these are the challenges.
Okay, so now that we don't have lithium, we are dependent on China for the batteries or for several imports, for import of several components, which increases our exposure to China.
Yes, ma'am. For example, cobalt cobalt chain is controlled by China. But, ma'am, recently one of the public sector company has engaged in partnership with the Argentina for mining of lithium.
Okay. Okay. Now my question to you is regarding equality and liberty. What do you feel is more important between equality and liberty?
Ma'am, both are equally important.
If you had to choose one, what would you choose?
Ma'am, like liberty without equality, it would cause inequalities, and equality without liberty would cause it would kill the individual initiative. So society would become stagnant.
So both go hand in hand, both are equally important.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, my last question to you is regarding rich landowners. So when you were talking about agriculture, you gave an example that there are certain rich landowners and we have landless laborers who are the actual cultivators. etc. So, where do you stand on agricultural income? Should it be taxed? It's not being taxed right now. Should it be taxed?
Ma'am, it should be taxed. We were taxing the agricultural income during the early post-independence period. And there were certain states like Tamil Nadu, I believe, that were Tamil Nadu and Bihar that were taxing the agricultural income. Ma'am, I would say that it is like if there is an income above a certain threshold, then it should be taxed without thinking that where it is coming from. And we have tax-free income till 7 lakhs. So that is quite a high barrier. It is a challenge, ma'am, because the black money is being like the tax evasion practice. It encourages that.
Okay.
So
why do we it's been so many years, but it is not being taxed? There must be some government reason. What is the reason?
ma'am, political reasons could be one, but I'm not aware about any specific if other reason is there.
Okay, thank you.